Let's see here. John. Moving water. Making grass for my starving moo-moos. Beautiful day for it. One of my last year, one of my the well that feeds the pasture went dry. It's a very old well. It's only like 65 feet deep, and the water table went below. And I'm not going to invest money in that well. So I have another well that feeds the house. It's 125 feet, and so I tapped into it, and I just run this 2-inch line all the way from over here, and actually works just as fast as my ag well, except it's labor intensive. I got to come out and move all these pipes around 2-3 times a day. Right now, a bale of hay is $22.50 because the price of gas has gone up so high. It's supply and demand. The wholesalers, I buy it from hay from a feed store, and so they're the retailer. The wholesaler that sells them the hay, they've stopped selling them the hay. They're going retail, selling it directly because there's so much money in it right now. So hay is becoming scarce. Luckily, we're getting into the season, but hopefully things change. Very, very expensive to have cattle right now. And we're in a drought again. Interesting times. I'm not suggesting that anyone does this, but I've been very interested in this Ukraine-Russian deal. Not for, it's a conflict, war, or whatever. That's not my thing. It's the information that I'm interested in. The same thing happened to me when the pandemic started. Is you have, just call them experts. One expert saying one thing, the other expert saying something just the opposite. And so as I watch these, I don't watch any regular news, like I said, but there's nothing there for me. I watch a lot of alternative media, historians, veterans, combat veterans, big channels, some who have been in that region. They know that area well. And all of them, you'll get opposing opinions. You got one group saying that Russia's getting their butt handed to them. You got another group saying it's very bad for Ukraine. My only hope is that NATO doesn't try to have any more involvement, or the U.S. for that matter, the West, because that'll in my opinion, will take it to another level that it's just we don't want to go. But it's an interesting time where we can see all these, and this is not to I'm not critiquing people, or I'm not judging them, but we can judge the information. I'll give you an example. I believe, and just what I put together from the information I've picked up, which could all be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I think Russia's going to get what they're after, at least a good portion of what they're after. Ukraine is no longer going to be the same. Ukraine's going to, whatever. I think it's going to be very bad for them. I think Russia's going to end up getting what they came for. My opinion, I could be totally wrong. But there's a lot of people out there making these statements that we put a lot of trust and faith in, and we assume they're correct, that they're not. They're not. A lot of people are going to be wrong on this one. A lot of people that have stated their opinions, this guy bad, this guy good, here's what's going to happen, blah, blah. They're going to be wrong. So be aware of that. We put a lot of faith and a lot of trust in what we learn here, the information we pick up. In a situation like this, we're going to find out that a lot of it's wrong. A lot of these people are just watching the regular news and giving their opinion on it, which I don't know why anybody would watch a CNN or Fox or any of that garbage. But you really can't trust anything. All we can do is take what we take in, and then you wait a couple months down the road and look back. But you don't want to get caught up where you're swept up with a narrative that's continually changing because someone found out they were wrong and they got to kind of manipulate the thing a little bit, and you're getting towed around with this thing. I did that with Afghanistan, 9/11, Iraq, and all. Iraq, I was too young to really care. But we got an opportunity now where a lot of people are saying things. They're exposing their hand. You're getting to see their cards. And who knows, could be a month or two down the road, we'll be looking back and you'll see who was right, who was wrong. And then realize we can't trust a lot of this stuff. We can just kind of take it in. Okay, yeah, whatever. We'll see what happens. Don't invest too much of your... and here's the thing. If you're watching the news and maybe you're creating an opinion because it seems that this opinion you have is correct, nothing wrong with that. That's what I do. But if you're watching this news, this information, whether it's the news or just some guy on a video like I'm doing here, and it's altering your state of mind, I talked about this many times, maybe it's got you sad or pissed off or wanting to act, that's when you need to be careful because the information that's triggering you may be false. So you have to have patience, you have to hold back and give it time and continue researching your opinion. Like I said, I find myself wrong all the time. I've made predictions here on YouTube. They've all come out wrong. None of them came true. So if I make a prediction today, you know what to do with it. But if you get caught up in these things and it alters your state of mind, you got to be very careful not to put a lot of trust and faith in these things until you've had enough time to be able to look back with that 20/20 vision and see who was right and who was wrong. Otherwise, you're just being led around. Love you. God bless.